What happens when the person who was supposed to care for you damages you? I'm not gonna get too much in your business, but some of your issues is your mama. And some of your issues is your daddy. And some of your issues, it's the people who are supposed to care for you. They drop you. 2 Samuel chapter 4, I gotta move. Saul's son Jonathan had a son named Mephibosheth who was crippled. I'm gonna show you where his damage happened. He was 5 years old when he got damaged. And the report came from Jezreel that Saul and Jonathan had been killed in battle. When the child's nurse heard the news, she picked him up and fled. But as she hurried away, she dropped him and he became crippled. If there's anybody that feels like your damage is too big for God, let me just run a list down for you of people that God used who were damaged. Noah was a drunk. Abraham was too old. Isaac was a daydreamer and a wanderer. Jacob was a liar. Leah was ugly. Moses was a murderer with a stutter. Gideon was afraid. Samson was a flirt. Let's be real politically correct. Rahab was a prostitute. David was an adulterer and a murderer. Elijah was suicidal. Isaiah preached naked. Jonah ran away from God. Job went bankrupt and lost everything. John the Baptist ate bugs. That's just weird. Peter denied Jesus. The disciples fell asleep while Jesus was praying. The Samaritan woman was divorced 5 times and had a sex addiction. Zacchaeus was too small and stole money. Paul was too righteous. Timothy had an ulcer. Lazarus was dead, and Michael was addicted to pornography. And my God still used all of us. You got to make me run, because there's some people that know that God can do his best work with damaged people. If you believe it, give God a shout of praise. I feel my help coming on. Write it down in a point. God does his best work with damaged people, because his strength is made perfect in our. So why won't you show him your weakness? You've been trying to keep it together for everybody, and God says, if you want to hold it up, do it. I'll be here when you want to actually come clean. So what can God do with your damage? First point, he calls for it. Everybody that's trying to hide your damage, good luck. When Mephibosheth is in a place called Lodabar, a place of nothing, no pasture, no fruit growing, the king says, is there anybody I can say, yeah, this one dude. He said, go get him. I'm calling for the damaged. You're broken? I like that. You're fractured? Come on. He calls. What can God do with damage? He calls for it. And some of y'all have not been answering the call. No, I'm just going to be a businessman. He said, I want you to be in that field, but I want you to bring all your damaged areas to me so I can raise you up as a testimony in that area. And some of you today, all God's saying is, I want your damage. Stop hiding it. Stop acting like it didn't happen. You were abused when you were young and your family doesn't even know it. You've blocked it out. You've suppressed it. And you're wondering why you're dealing with anxiety so much. Because it was never meant to stay on the inside of you. I want your damage. Tonight, when you're in your bed and the Holy Spirit begins to start whispering to you, and he reminds you of things that happened, what he's doing is he's calling for the damage.